Imagine you're navigating a major city, and you've got this map you've trusted for, 20 years. It shows you the highways, the shortcuts, the dead ends. You know exactly how to get from point A to point B.
Right. The route is practically muscle memory by that point.
Exactly. But overnight, someone silently repaves the entire city. They move the bridges, they reroute the highways, but your map hasn't changed at all.
So you're just driving perfectly according to your map, but crashing straight into walls.
Yeah, and that disorientation is the exact premise of the 2026 report we are unpacking today. Welcome to our exploration into the source material, where we're looking at a fascinating report by Jennifer Goddard of Integrity Marketing Solutions titled The 2026 State of Estate Planning Marketing Report, the Estate Planning Reset.
And to be clear right up front, while this comes from a marketing agency, our aim here isn't to endorse their services at all.
Right, definitely not an endorsement.
Yeah, we just want to impartially extract the hard data they've observed across roughly 150 law firms. And we'll be looking at the independent research they cite alongside it from places like Gartner, Clio, and the Harvard Business Review.
Okay, let's unpack this. The mission today is to explore the 10 forces that are completely reshaping this industry. And we really want to uncover the ultimate misdiagnosis that traps smart business owners into solving the wrong problem.
Which is so common, right? So the report starts right at the front door of the business client acquisition.
Because before you can close a client, they actually have to find you. But the report argues that the very definition of finding you has mutated into this thing they call the vanishing click.
Yeah, the vanishing click.
Yeah.
Because the mechanics of how search functions have fundamentally changed underneath our feet. Today, 78% of legal search queries actually trigger an AI overview.
Wait, 78%? That's massive.
It is. And the AI just reads a firm's helpful content and answers the user's question directly on the search stage. So the searcher gets the answer immediately, which removes any reason to actually click through to the website.
Wow.
Yeah, and Pew Research Center data backs this up. They show that when an AI summary is present, click-throughs plummet from 15% to just 8%.
It sounds like a restaurant that posts its entire menu, plus its secret recipes, right on the front window. People walk by, read it, get completely full on the information, and just leave without ever coming inside to order.
That's a perfect way to look at it.
But wait, so if that's happening, is SEO just completely dead?
Well, not dead, no.
Yeah.
But the metric of traffic is becoming dangerously misleading. Your SEO rankings might stay high, like you're still on page 1, but the site visits just die.
Right.
And this leads directly into what they call the invisible firm concept. 82% of AI citations actually come from earned media-like PR and news, not a brand's own website.
82%. So if you aren't in the news, the AI basically ignores you.
Essentially, yeah. If your digital presence isn't built to be cited by AI, you're functionally invisible on this new map.
And it's not just digital traffic disappearing either. The report also mentions a referral unbundling.
Oh, yeah, this is huge.
Because financial advisors used to be the ultimate referral pipeline for estate planners, right? But now, using white label software, 39% of financial planning firms are offering estate planning in-house. They're just doing it themselves.
Exactly. And think about your own professional life right now, if you're listening. Metrics like traffic or rankings or even referrals, they might just be vanity metrics in your industry too, masking a quiet structural collapse of how your business actually gets done.
Okay, so if traditional traffic is vanishing and referrals are drying up, I have to imagine that when a lead finally does come through, the pressure is just immense.
Absolutely.
And if that lead doesn't close, the owner naturally blames the marketing. Right? They're like, we need better leads.
They do, but it's a complete misdiagnosis. The real failure is actually happening at the intake level, driven by what the report calls the pre-advised prospect.
The pre-advised prospect.
Yeah. 41% of Americans and over half of millennials and Gen Z are now totally comfortable using AI to help create their estate documents.
Wow. Okay.
So by the time they call a law firm, they aren't looking for basic education anymore. They arrive highly informed and honestly, highly skeptical.
Here's where it gets really interesting. It's like lawyers are trying to sell a car to a mechanic using a script meant for a teenager buying their first sedan. The client has completely evolved, but the sales pitch hasn't.
Exactly. And this creates a brutal conversion gap. The average firm only converts about 14% of inquiries.
14%. That's rough.
It is. But top-performing firms are closing 40 to 50%. And the difference isn't the quality of the leads, it's speed and structure.
Right, because of that window of intent.
Exactly. A Harvard Business Review study shows that contacting a lead within 5 minutes versus 30 minutes makes you 21 times more likely to qualify them.
21 times more likely just for answering in 5 minutes.
Yeah. The window for these highly informed buyers closes almost instantly, yet the report highlights that 26% of law firms never respond to online leads at all.
They just ghost them.
Just ghost them. And the median response time for the rest is 13 minutes. They're letting these precious leads die on the vine and then turning around and complaining that the marketing is bad.
Which points to a really deep operational flaw, doesn't it? The report calls it the wrong seat problem.
Yes. You might have this really capable, friendly employee answering the phones, but if they're sitting in a high-pressure, high-speed intake seat that requires aggressive, instant follow-up, and that just doesn't fit their temperament, it totally destroys conversions.
So, to you listening right now, if you ever feel like your leads are bad, you might actually just be dealing with a free-advised consumer who requires a completely different conversation. Or, your team is just taking too long to reply.
But the problem is, when owners misread that symptom, they tend to overreact.
Right.
They see broken marketing, they see broken sales, and they decide to rip up the foundation of the business operation.
Yeah, that's the instinct trap. They panic and they try to systematize everything, documenting processes that are already broken.
And the stakes here are bizarrely high. Like, an American Bar Association analysis shows that over a third of malpractice claims actually trace back to administrative and client relations failures, not legal errors.
Wait, really? Over a third of malpractice is just bad admin?
Yeah, it's bad paperwork, missed deadlines, poor communication, not bad lawyering.
That is wild. But I guess the root cause of all that bad paperwork is what they call the founder bottleneck.
Absolutely, because a firm running entirely out of the founder's head is a massive systemic risk.
Yeah, the report mentions a National Bureau of Economic Research study that found losing a founder makes a firm 26% more likely to shut down within a single year.
And day to day, it's just as bad. The average lawyer only bills about 3 hours in an 8-hour day.
3 hours, so that's what, like a 38% utilization rate?
Exactly. Because the rest of their time is completely swallowed by administrative drowning. They're trying to do everything themselves.
So what does this all mean? It's like trying to slap a turbocharger, which is your marketing and your leads, onto an engine that is entirely held together by duct tape, which is the exhausted founder.
Right, the whole system just chokes.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the core finding of this whole report, the misdiagnosis matrix, or they also call it the whipsaw.
The whipsaw, I love that term.
Yeah, because a conversion problem often wears a marketing problem's clothes, and an operations problem wears a conversion problem's clothes.
So the owners just whip back and forth.
Exactly. They whipsaw between firing their marketing vendors, then buying expensive sales training, and they just exhaust themselves because they never actually fix that root operational constraint.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
So I challenge you listening to look at your own teams today. Are you confusing a symptom in one department with a root cause failure in another?
It's a tough question to answer. But the solution the report offers is a chronological 4-step fix for this whole reset.
Okay, let's hear the steps.
First is audit. You have to diagnose the actual problem before you act. Second is upgrade. Fix the process itself. Don't just document a broken one.
Right. No point in standardizing something that doesn't work.
Exactly. Third is staff. You have to put the right people in the right seats. And fourth is systematize. Use simple, adaptable tools to run those fixed processes. Sequence is strategy here.
Yeah, you can't just jump to step 4 and buy new software to fix step 1. You have to rebuild the map before you start driving again.
You really do.
And that leaves you with something pretty big to chew on today. If AI can successfully unbundle a highly regulated, deeply personal industry like estate planning, literally stripping away the informational value and forcing lawyers to compete purely on operational speed and human trust.
Which is exactly what's happening.
Right. So what part of your industry is AI quietly unbundling right now while you are busy staring at last year's metrics?
I'm Jennifer Goddard, and I didn't just write this report, I lived it. I believe we are at a crucial moment in estate planning and elder law, and that's exactly why I want you here in the room, October 12th through 14th in Colorado Springs, for the Great Shakeout Growth Summit. Not to talk about what changed, but to build around it.